I'm Carcina. Oh, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
No one knows Carcino and none of these.
There's so much going on in the world, and I'm just giving my 2 cents on it. Go in and do a raid at someone's house, but you don't have an arrest warrant for them. What's up? What's up? What's up? Now, here's what I know. I want to get out of the way. Now, the announcement has come through. The Kendrick Lamar SZA tour, the Grand National Tour, has been launched. This has been in works for a couple of months. And through Live Nation and basically TDE, this is, a reality. Now, everybody's talking about SZA's all over the album, and Kendrick and SZA are really close. Are they really a couple? They really messing around? Why is Whitney allowing this? Look, Whitney gonna have to understand. What happens on the road stays on the road. Now, SZA is TDE's biggest artist now, since Kendrick is gone. And she has a album getting ready to release soon too, called Lana. And it's either Lana or Luna, I think it's Lana. And that's getting ready to come out. And this is going to be in 2025, right before the tour kicks off in April. I think her album's going to drop in February, right by Valentine's Day. So, like after the Super Bowl, SZA album's going to be released. And then the tour kicks off in April. I know. There's so many people with so many questions. Now, here's some things you didn't know. Now, this tour, which is going to be playing across stadiums across the United States, not just the United States, North America. Okay? And yes, Canada is included in North America, in case you didn't know, people. Now, because of this fact, you're going to have situations that are different. And Kendrick is probably the most successful artist of this new generation. He's received numerous accolades from American Music Awards, Grammys. He won the Pulitzer Prize. So it's not like this is somebody that's, just a somebody. Right? Now, what you really don't know is that when SZA and Kendrick hooked up in 2018 for that Entertainment Championship tour, and they did the Black Panther soundtrack for All the Stars, and it started to take off and go to places that other people didn't think it was going to go to. They announced that they were going to do stadium tours, and that's something that has pretty much never been done in hip-hop history. There's never been a tour like this. You see something like this with a rock band, Taylor Swift, something on that level. But you've never seen a hip-hop artist do a stadium tour. Just doesn't happen. One, they'll say, well, hip-hop doesn't sell like pop acts and rap, it's just some John Doe business. Stick to a venue where you can control your 4,000, 7,000 tickets. Anything of 25,000 and more. We'll leave that to Metallica or Beyonce or somebody. We're not going to entrust, a hip hop artist to pull this off. And of course, where everybody jumped at was that there's a main factoid that you see in this whole scenario. And the setup was pretty weird. Um, June 12th, Toronto, Ontario, at Rogers Centre, where the Blue Jays play. The Toronto Blue Jays play there. You're going to see Kendrick Lamar perform with SZA in Toronto amidst the controversy with Aubrey Drake Graham, aka Champagne Slop. They have had their rap beef play out and go through some of the most embarrassing situations for Drake in the history of mankind. With the biggest song in the world aimed at Drake. And now that song has a chance of being performed in a stadium, in a place he called home, that he says, Toronto is my city. I put it on the map. Oh my goodness. This is going to be a very bad look for him. 2025 is shaping up to be another bad year for Drake. Now, you're probably going to ask yourself another question. How did we get here? Well, that's why I come in at. Here's what you didn't know. Your boy Drizzy Drake, Champagne Sloppy, has never, ever performed at the Rogers Center. He's performed almost everywhere in Toronto. He's never done the stadium. Never did a stadium. And what you're looking at is the guy that you got to go through to get this event going. Now, all of the news attention saying, oh, well, they're banned from coming to Toronto, and there's a ban on them coming there to perform and do shows. And you can't have all these guys come here. And they were banning the venue of the players that was coming there because Drake had influence. So they weren't letting Drake come in and perform. All of these things were happening at all these events. Schoolboy Q, all these guys who were supposed to perform couldn't. And now the whole TDE is booked to come there through Live Nation and their relationships that they had in play. But it gets even more interesting. Now, the guy you're looking at, that's Tony Stafari. Or Stafari. Tony is the CEO of Rogers Communications. They own that stadium. He makes the decisions. Drake is not going to determine anything for that man. That man is mobbed up, and he does not get dictated to by other people. He's a man who's in the hot seat over contracts, customers calling unfair and misleading, and all of these things here. He needed a win. So he was on Parliament Hill yesterday answering questions about the committee and the industry and technology. That was a big thing that was going on there. So he's going through it. So he needs something to give him a win. Nothing's going to give him a bigger win than this. So having Kendrick Lamar come to Canada with all the Canadians who wanted to see Kendrick Lamar, who are all fans of Kendrick Lamar, wanted to see him perform. You know, they like Kendrick music just like everybody else. So who is Drake to deny them the opportunity to be able to listen to Kendrick's music when Drake can come to California anytime he wants and performs and go to all these events? But who is Drake to think that he can ban someone from a country or a city at that fact? Somebody he knows who isn't coming there to harm him. They're coming there to perform and do their job. Now, you got idiots that are out here trying to make the spotlight about them. You know, Drake got this so-called shooter of his called Top 5 talking about threatening Kendrick if he comes to Toronto. I'm like, you're just making yourself look more and more like a clown. Do you think Kendrick's not coming to Toronto or anywhere on the tour without probably 30, 40 bodyguards personally everywhere he goes? This is Live Nation. They're going to make sure their security is top notch and their artists are protected. Yeah, you might have a couple of people jump on stage, but other than that, no. So, yeah, it's going to get a lot interesting. That guy said, no, Kendrick's coming here and we're going to be a part of it. It's going to be a big event in Toronto. And that place is going to be rocking. And as Kendrick Lamar and TDE performs, no one's going to be worried about all the stuff he's got to go on up there at Parliament Hill. But they are not going to be dictated to by Drake. And Kendrick makes history in Drake's own city. Drake has never performed at a stadium. And now Drake apologist is trying to say, well, Drake don't want to perform as he don't really like stadiums because, see, it kind of messes with the sound. And then the sound isn't all the same. You know, I've been in some stadiums and the sound is not all that. So it's kind of better if you're not at a stadium. Till Drake performs at a stadium. Then they go, well, when Drake performed at a stadium, it was great. I think he knows a little bit how to do it with sound. And he just want to make sure the sound is good if he going to perform at a stadium. You see, you could predict their angles. They're so predictable. It's really silly. It's really silly. But you know, those are the angles that are going to play. So I'm already laying it out for you. As this was going down, let me explain to you what's going to happen. Kendrick Lamar is going to do Not Like Us, but he's not going to diss Drake. He's not going to say Drake's name. He's done saying Drake's name, and he's not mentioning him again. He can reference him, but he's not going to mention Drake's name. He will be performing Not Like Us. It's just not, it's just some words will be redacted. Well, the thing is, Drake wants this song caught up in litigations so that if he does release this lawsuit, the NFL would have to be responsible and caught involved in it too. He doesn't want the song performed at the Grammys because if the song is performed at the Grammys, it makes him look obsolete. Rogers Communication didn't care about anything. They didn't care if he dissed Drake. They don't care about anything. They care if this guy can sell 25,000 tickets. That's what they care about. And in the next 10 hours, you're going to find out if Kendrick Lamar can sell out 25,000 tickets in Canada. And let me tell you, on an inside secret that you don't already know, the request for Kendrick Lamar tickets in Canada is well over waiting list, over 10,000. And that's for real. Those the real numbers, Jack. Well, it's over 10,000 in waiting. That was then. Can you imagine now? And you just might see old Cino there. Wouldn't that be cool? To see the Cino man at the event in Canada live. Oh, yeah. I can see it now. Boom. There it is. Getting my tickets ready. Right there. See? You see what that is? Ladies and gentlemen. Well, let me help you. That is the Rogers Stadium, or Rogers Center, Toronto, Ontario. Casino. Right there. Booking a suite. So I'm going to be in a suite for Kendrick Lamar and SZA. Thursday, June 12th, 2025. So if top 5 and anybody want to come rush Cino, come up to the suite. And we can get it cracking. Ask for Mr. Casino Rush and you'll be ready. We ready. Mm-hmm. Now, what are the all elements of the situation here? The security checks at the problem with people having the travel visas. Schoolboy Q doesn't have a travel visa problem, so he will be able to attend. Um, a lot of guys hit a J3. I believe he can go. It's a lot of people that's going to be there from TDE. And where they tried to run that there's a safety issue, they went through this whole entire run through with Live Nation as they were booking the events so they don't have problems with Champagne Sloppy and all of his influence. And the Toronto Police Department looked really bad. Um, and Border Patrol looked pretty bad when they were denying people, made it look like they work for Drake. And that's not a good look for the police department to believe that they're under the power of a performing artist who's running the police department. So that didn't go over well. And then with some people who were allegedly affiliated with Drake were arrested for trafficking situations and is awaiting their trial. He's not really on the good image list, to say the least. Then getting booed in your own city when nobody really want to see you at all. When they was like, Drake's here, Drake's backstage, and then they're booing him in his own hometown because you're denying the people what they want to hear and see because you don't like it because the song's talking about you. Well, it's the name of the game, partner. When you did back to back, and then you did back to back in Philly, and you did all these rap songs, you didn't care about being in someone's city, talking about them. So now it's all over. All of it is over. You disrespected Little Wayne completely, treated Wayne like he was a nobody because he wasn't even involved in any of this. And now you want to rope him back in. And now you got this boy out here spiraling like he about to go at Kendrick Lamar. It's crazy. Yeah, top five, knowing he ain't the top five in anything. Yep, that's what happens when you let the wrong idiots in charge. So top five is supposed to be your shit. All right. That's his man's. That's his right hand man's top five. This an idiot who just got out of jail. And then the first thing this idiot can think of is that he's gonna be the biggest idiot in the world. And I'm finna go all jump out the window for Drake because he gave me $5 when I was in jail. That's who top five is. A guy who became a doggone Jewish man in jail, who's celebrating with his Jewish lawyer to get him out of jail that Drake got him. Then talking about I'll respect him if he comes with no police escort. Who cares what you respect? Do your boy go anywhere without police escort? Hmm? Does he go anywhere without police escort? I respect you if you go in front of Kendrick Lamar without any security. You go head up, one-on-one, you and Kendrick Lamar. And I guarantee you won't do that. Because I already know you won't. Know your type. You hide behind a gun because you need it. You're another little punk. You can even handle McDonald's. How you gonna handle Kendrick Lamar at a doggone stadium? This fool couldn't even handle going to McDonald's. Damn McDonald's employee beating you down the damn street. And you the damn king of Toronto. It's like, come on, man. These people are fools. Fools. You the boogeyman. You bragging about killing an innocent person. It's a fool. And Drake is letting you know he's associated with fools. So, just so y'all wouldn't know, y'all wouldn't be fooled by these lames. Yeah, the activity is very corny. It's predictable, corny, and at this point, what's it really about? Every antic he's been doing, from the white biker gangs, attacking Rick Ross, it's just nothing that exudes anything that we do. Right? And now, now, Sloppy is going to be spiraling for a long time. It's ridiculous. You're supposed to get better as you get older. You get wiser. You understand certain things when you get older. Just somebody smile at you don't mean that they're friendly, and it doesn't mean that they're plotting against you. Your intelligence and life experiences tells you that there's got to be more to it. Or let me find out there's other factors than me making my opinion on that. Seeing somebody cry doesn't mean that they're sad. They could be happy. Could be joyful tears. Doesn't mean that they're weak. They could be crying because they're strong. So you have to differentiate that going through life experiences. You got to understand people who congratulate you and come over and trying to get close to you. Might be doing it out of genuine love. Might not have any alternative motives. They're not trying to find a way to take you down. Some might actually want to try to take you down. But going through life experiences and going through all of this in life prepares you for these moments of how to deal with them like an adult, like a man would do. And wisdom helps you differentiate the two and what's real and what's fake. So those are life lessons that you're only going to get taught through experience of getting older. And then you look back at all the dumb things you did and go, wow, we was really stupid. You're not going to go through life without doing something stupid. It's how you learn from them and not repeat them. That's going to be the key for you. Stop doing the stupid things that's going to torpedo your entire life and impede on your happiness. How big would Drake be right now had he went and embraced Kendrick Lamar and said, hey, you know what? He got me this time. I'm going to come back stronger next time. Or, all right, you got me. It was a good rhyme. You know, if he'd have just owned up to it, he wouldn't have lost anything. Instead of trying to get all of these people to spin the narrative for you. Drake got $300 million. He got $350 million. How he losing? Talk about what they done in the past. It's not going to cover up where he is right now. Because everybody knows about the music game. It ain't about what you did last year. It's about what you're doing now. It's about that here and now. That's all they care about. Hopefully people can understand that. If not, then, hey, more power to them. Well, him colliding with Lucian Grange is not going to improve the situation. It's only going to make it worse. But Lucian Grange can't stop and wouldn't even dream of stopping what's happening with Kendrick Lamar. That's called a movement. And you do not interfere with the movement. You just don't. You sit back, you shut up, and go, I know my place. And when the Pop Out concert happened, what you guys didn't recognize or realize is how powerful this thing really would have become. Kendrick Lamar's Pop Out came through and annihilated everything that they had on the table. It annihilated everything they had on the table. Mm-mm. Yeah, you see Whack 100 trying to come around now. Whack 100 want to eat crow. Everybody want to eat crow now. It's too late for that. And now that you see Kendrick's taking Toronto, everybody wants to come on and play. Donate to the Cash App Casino, please. Appreciate the love and support. Hit the like button up. You think Jay-Z got a part of this? Of course he does. Why wouldn't he? Think he didn't call Live Nation up and be like, "Oh, they say you can't perform in Canada. I'll take care of that." He probably called him up right away. So they said he couldn't perform in Canada. I actually know I'm actually good friends with Tony. It's not a problem. You could fly in on Tony's plane, private jet, get you right past customs. I used to want to be on Rockefeller till I turned in the jet. Boy, Jay-Z really didn't like that line, boy. That did not age well with you. Yeah, that's what they do now. And you get get these spaghetti head gangsters in here that you hang around. Top 5, like he's the biggest threat in the whole industry. It's like this dude just got out of jail. He probably on a damn bracelet. I respect him if he comes with no police escort. Oh, buddy. They look at you as a clown. Nobody real would be talking like this on social media, dog. Nothing's going to happen to Kate out there. Just like Hitter just said, right? See you soon, blood. See y'all soon. See y'all soon. Don't worry. Y'all thought this was so funny. Now look where they at. Look at what Kendrick said and look at what Drake said. In a matter of months, Drake is eviscerated. Went from being the top 5, top 15-year reign, top rapper in the game, and in a matter of months, you don't even want to hear this dude perform at the damn movie theater. He don't be doing performances in gymnasiums. Hell, Drake impersonators gonna be making more than Drake. Yeah, it's over. This is what it looks like when it's over. When somebody lose, that's how it's supposed to look. Oh, Metro and Future Bowman took over. Now, how did Future maintain his position and not rise higher? Because in the streets, Future's they got, not Drake. Drake's the bigger artist, but Future got the streets. So they'll tell you, even 21 will tell you, Future is bigger than Drake, especially in Atlanta. They won't hold him up in regards like that. Now, on the Patreon, we'll be talking about what happened with, Metro Boomin and Drake's beef. So as promised. Yes, Drake has the largest. Here come another Drake fan. Man, Drake has the largest tour sales, man. 320 something million. Let's see if he does that. Let me explain something to you, sir. That $320 million tour, he's talking about, it was all a Blur tour. It's the largest tour, hip hop tour that they did. They did like 320 million, but that was 80 shows. Okay. That was like 80 shows, dude. I know what I'm talking about. I knew exactly what you was talking about. That's like 80 shows. Okay. 80 stops. He mostly was doing the two albums that flopped, Her Loss and For All the Dogs. He was doing mostly those songs that nobody wanted to hear. So he had to go and get the money for Lucian because those albums flopped. So he got to go on tour and do 80 shows to make that money back. Now, he does that and he's doing smaller venues, right? And kudos to him. He did 80 shows. This is 19 stadiums. Okay? Now, stadiums are about 25,000 seats at a minimum. Drake's doing like maybe maximum 12,000 seats wherever he's performing. Other than that, he's doing 7,500 seats. So that's a major difference. Yep. Yeah, that's what it is right now. Oh, they're gonna crush this tour. There's no doubt about that. Tour's crush. Yep. How much would he earn from the tour and how much would he gross? In 19 stadiums, we're going to find out in 10 hours. In 10 hours, you're going to find out Kendrick Lamar's power in 10 hours. Then you're going to start trying to piece this together. As he's the first artist to do this in hip hop. So we're going to find out what the Grand National Tour does with 19 stadiums, right? Setting the bar. transcending the art form. And he's not planting money trees. What do you think this is? No, sir. Anybody takes Kendrick out, it would be a Judas. Somebody that was in his camp around him would betray him. Other than that, Drake, no. He has no power like that. Sorry. So anyway, I'm out. Shouts out to welcome to HDII TV. Subscribe to him. Sports Talk with Jose Rodriguez. The Dreamers Pro. There's a lot of us out here. Mondo Black TV, Kwame Brown Bus Life. And don't forget to go to the Carcino for Life Patreon and toss it up over there. Show some support and love to the page. Because as we saw, Kendrick Lamar's song over there is worldwide. As we've shown you constantly. The difference between worldwide songs and non-worldwide songs. I think we saw this yesterday over there in Belgium. That's the nightclub in Belgium. Can you imagine where the nightclubs are everywhere else in the world? Now, as I was saying, when this whole thing dropped with Kendrick Lamar and this whole thing, TV Off is the #1 song in the nightclub